tô no anime. Ah, pode. Tá pra mexer não. Eu tô que eu tinha de. Tá com é essa, mano? Fica na watch isso aqui, ó. Ah, começou de novo. É, vou desligar o monitor. Está nessa merda. Ah, monitor aí, fuleiro, mano. Ah, fica essa porra. Ah, piorar. Tá o que, rapaz? Tu. Monitor aí, fuleiro.
Tá vendendo mamão.
Ah, tu tá lascar. Deixa eu morrer essa merda. Achei o cabo, é uma merda. Escudador, o cabo, bem foi. O cabo. Não fica assim, ó. Eu digo o monitor. Só... Deixa eu ver aqui nos comentários. Viu? É pra tirar 100, 200 de dano no tiro. Ok, master.
Tu chupa.
Ai, que nossa. Ah, mano. Pega até outro pelo coisa. Depois de começar a coisa. Né? Pronto. Que caiu aqui. Que caiu não, aqui. Está difícil, aham. Pegar certo, ligar. Já, velho, ficou off. Ah, não. já tá legado ou não? Cabeça da água. Bem. Deixa eu botar uma foto. Ela tá carregando. Eita. Meu Deus, mano. Opa, já chegando aí. Se poder cair aqui. Já visto não, ó. Segue da Nimo que tá chegando. Vai, carrega. É por isso que eu jogando Free Fire com o barulho. E começa lá, mano. Pô, começa.
Gameplay só aqui boas.
De boa. Tá de boa aí? Só tô esperando lá. Estacionário dizer o link, ó. Lá no site. Lá. Vem cá aqui, ó. Não, cara aí. É, vocês entenderam, ó. Foi. Daí.
Gameplay só aqui boas.
Português, botar aqui. Não tá indo não. Eu acho que tem quantas pessoas tá dizendo aqui? Tem 34 e o bicho tá travando o site dos caras. Cheguei também só. Vamos ver, deixa eu ver. É, vai um capa aí ficar aberto aqui. Aí, peraí. Valeu, escreveu, foi? Escrever também, o teu também. Joga Valorant, é tu também? Eu não gosto muito desses jogos assim, não. Olha os caras aí, ó. Tá cara não, os caras. Vai franquear tentar ele. Ah, mano. Ah, pegou nossas costas. Não. Ah, perdemos isso aqui. O time não entrou churrando. Porra, ando separando, mano. Aí é foda. Porra. Poxa. Bateu um, vai jogar modo CS. Bota português, essa porra aqui. Aqui, como bota aqui. Ponto. Não sei, cara, não quer seguir lá, não sei. Ih, tá perto de começar, ó. Batela aqui, ó. Acho que até os outros. Deixa eu ver aqui português, mas português só, né? Achei português. Ó, bora lá ver. Você tá segurando aí, pô. Ai, viva, cara. Aonde? Deixa eu ver aqui, acho. Ih, bugou, tá bom. Ó, eita, tá vendo? Pronto. Cadê essa? Ih, fechou foi coisa, mano. vez. Ponto. Tem pessoa assistir, tá falando aqui, deixa eu ver. Ai, tá travando. A besteira é assim, meio do nada. Tá certo. Abrir outro bagulho do Google.
Watch Dogs 2 de graça veja como conseguir. Apenas dia 20 de julho de 12 e PC.
Bom, no pior do dia. Deixa eu contar aqui, ó. Contagem. Tá, pera. Até longe. Qual é a taxa de ganhar um copo de gás? Enquanto tá logado. E como. Ah, tá aqui. Tá, tudo certo. Pronto. As coisinhas aqui, pá. Que cartão aqui eu tenho? Qual cartão disso? Deixa eu ver aqui. Tem 7, pá, que isso falta é muito. Acho. Tem muita gente na live, mas tem ninguém assistindo. Como foda é isso? É só pra fazer mesmo. Veio uma alta já aqui já. Tá ligado que eu tô rodando. Tá ligado. Graça aqui foi no meio da sala, né? Deixa eu ver o negócio aqui. É aqui, né? Essa ideia aí, morri. Joga aqui já. Eita, falamento. Já começou.
Connecting on a spiritual level with your
Pô,
car.
tô de
You know what? I heard that from some like other drivers.
graça.
Maybe just
17 seconds.
17 seconds. Oh, you
Yeah.
even improved your time a little bit, Rich. Belinda, you're nipping at my heels here. This is good competition. I like this.
I'm more
don't.
tumbling down than driving down.
Yeah, it's like okay, I can.
Verdade, né? Like, já jogo de graça aí por lá. Vou divulgar meu canal, Instagram, pro FPS. Bom, meu filho, só se fechando não. Opa. 9. Que é isso? Olha os papos. Cara, né? E lascar. O que o cara quer mandar é coisa. Eita, que lag! A pessoa caiu. Ele desceu de carro. Shit, ele deu um bug. Acho que deu um bug no emulador. Deixa eu clicar aqui e resolver aqui. Ah, tá travando. Derrubei os caras aqui, não para nada. Ajudar os caras. A outra. Ave Maria. O cara aleatório não. Passou reparado. Acabei de apagar todo o teclado aqui.
AC 4 Vincive.
Aí, 4 vídeos. Salve aí, rapaz. Dá-lhe aí.
AK4 Vines SLV.
Aí AK Vire. Bugou o som do jogo. Esqueci o resultado do PC. Ah não, Xbox. Tá fazendo marca no Spotify esse cara. É, morrer. Tchau. Tá com um bugado meu jogo, como tá? Tá, deixa. Então, tô pedindo inicial.
Now I've got Augustin de Vita, producer at Ubisoft Nadeo, the creators of Trackmania, joining me to talk about creation in Trackmania. Augustin, welcome.
Hello, Chris. So happy to be here.
Oh man, exciting times for you. Your game has just launched. People are out there racing in droves. How does it feel?
It feels great. I mean, it just feels great. The game is really, really good. It's really an evolution of Trackmania, and we couldn't wait for it.
And also, folks are out there creating stuff. We see right here, we're seeing some map creation sped up. We got a little time-lapse thing pre-prepared for us here as we talk through the map creation mode. But I guess give us like an overview starting off, Augustin. Like, what was your team's goal when like putting these creative tools in the hands of players?
So we always want the tools to be easy to handle, and the big issue we were facing that there is too many blocks in the game. There is 1,600 blocks in the game actually, and so we had to organize all the tools and to organize the new features, and he's doing a great job right now because he knows what he's doing. But when you start making the first map, you really don't know where you're going to. It's really hard to get to. And,
when you say
it's really
blocks,
easy.
sorry to interrupt, but when you say
Yeah,
blocks, you just mean all these little pieces that we're seeing of track, planted this way, that way, this terrain, that terrain.
Yeah, that's how it works. Every piece of the map is what we call a block. So it's some size, and you can go like diagonal. You have roads, you have decoration, you have checkpoint, start, finish, you have boosters, and all of this makes a map. So there is so many blocks that there is an infinite combination possible in the map editor.
And there's also trees, as I know from personal experience.
Yeah, you can get into them pretty quickly in the game.
So we're seeing here the player's not just sort of creating the map. They're also like, okay, I added a little bit, now I'm testing a little bit, now I'm adding a little bit. That testing is kind of like the immediate feedback on, is this working, is it not, is this the feel I like, is it not?
Yeah, you always have to test what you're doing just to see if the curve is right, if the speed is right. And we added some tools for that. So, for example, when you test and then you come back to the game, you have your ghost to see what was your speed at this time, and to try to reproduce or to do better than him. So you can try every part of the game and get really good in really good map for the players.
Interesting. Okay, so when you're starting out, obviously we're seeing someone with some map creation skills. But when players are starting out, are there some tools to help them out? Is it pretty? What do you recommend in terms of like, okay, when you're starting out, just try to make like a simple shape, or try to just put in a sick jump, and that's good.
Yeah, well, in the free version of Trackmania, there is what we call a simple editor. So there is a simple editor and advanced editor. What we're seeing now is the advanced editor, so with all the tools, all the blocks. And the simple editor is like a best of blocks. So the blocks you need to do like a simple track, but a good one. You can at least make a good one. And I recommend to start with this, and then after you can get to the advanced editor and make crazy stuff like he's doing right now.
Nice. Now, is that advanced editor pretty akin to
Deixa eu ver até que eu matei. Que lag desse matei, não. Deixa eu ver, eu fazer aqui. Tô de lá já foi. Aí ia ver aqui, mano. Pera. Este é hoje. Deixa eu fazer 10 kills, né? Qual modo aqui? Modo aqui. Nunca. Ai. Ah, caô, mano. Ah, mas isso é lance, faz essa merda de não. Acabou, mano. Meu Deus. Ah, não, não, não. Caô, mano. Tapa, mano. Caraca, mano. Toma aí, ó. Tá. Quem contou o kill? Daqui pra outro cara, tá de sacanagem. O cara vai ficar lá em cima, né? Não tem isso pra ajudar, não. Só de enfeite, né? Ah, fica aqui esse skin. Opa! ID. Bem, rapaz. ADD. Adicionar, mas jogar Free Fire não. Eu pegar o jogo de graça, né? Ver a live dos outros. Os outros não, do coisa aqui. Olha. Bem. É o Marcelo. Já tem tu, Marcelo. Deixa eu ver aqui.
Nicolas 167.405.657.
Adicionar. Porra. Cara, chamando. Deixa eu ver aqui. Vai. Adicionei. ADD. Adicionei do Free Fire. Aí, ó. Tô aí, ó. Tem um passo, pá. Deixa eu ver aqui o... Já começou. Deixa eu ver aqui. Vai, carrega. Agora bugou. Agora bugou de vez. Deixa eu ver aqui do... Pronto, foi, ó. Foi agora.
I believe it. I believe it. So as we watch them compete, I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about, you know, how people kind of like take on new competitive challenges in Trackmania. Because, you know, right from the get-go, you start playing, there's the inherent competition of racing. You're trying to get a better medal, a faster time, and maybe you're racing.
Vou ver quando você vai ver, então vou pegar o PA lá pra pegar o hot Run, o jogo de graça aí. Amanhã a gente joga. Jogo de graça.
Everyone on Trackmania.
Nice. So that, I mean, that can even be just.
Botar o cheiro. Rapaz, tá. A de botar certo, tu não.
Club which is available and joinable by everyone, and just have fun with a lot of people doing a lot of events and organizing a lot of content.
And maybe just a club that focuses on huge jumps, like the one we just saw there.
Like we see, yeah, only jumps maps, and that will be quite great, I would say. Quite fun also.
This is a pretty close match.
Actually,
the top leader only has a few points ahead, so I like it. Thanks for recruiting these folks into the action here, to give us a look at some real speedy, real tight turns.
Yeah, you can see how good they are by their drifts and how well they know the maps, obviously, since they've been playing the alpha for, I think, a bit more than two or 3 months now. So they're getting used to the game, and they're playing really good compared to what we do.
I wish I had watched them play before our session earlier, but that's all right. For the future,
you can play against their ghost if you want to learn the map, actually.
That's true. Although, you know, can you really learn from a ghost if it just screams out ahead of you so fast you can't even see it?
Just try to follow it.
I'm gonna work my way up. So these community events, this kind of this stuff that is organized through clubs, so it's organized through clubs, which is kind of organic, and players all around the world can make that happen. But you at Nadeo are also sort of curating stuff and experiences and events for players to get into.
Yeah, what we try to do is to have a mix of community event, where basically we have players organizing event. That's something that is there for more than 14 years now on Trackmania, so we love to see that. We love to see community creating content on our game. We also organize ourselves, our events through the Grand League, the Daily Cups, the Nations League, and things like that. So it's kind of a mix of trying to get content for every kind of players, and also a way to be able to create content and events, whether you're a great player or just want to have fun with your friends.
Nice. Wow. The time separating the top finishes.
That's really
here
great, and that's really fast.
is very, very tight here as we move on to, I believe, our fourth and final map of this competitive section.
And it's still really close.
All right, folks, it's down to the wire. Omar, still believing in your racer Shorty out there?
Yeah, I think he's first. So
I mean, yeah, came in first that race.
Yeah, and that's a great map. Everything can happen there. So might be someone overtaking Shorty.
Do you like that kind of map where, I mean, it's exciting, right? Because like dramatic stuff can happen, but also it's a little scary. Like you can just fly off the track and like, well,
lose
I
everything.
guess, it's all gone.
you can go from first to last just basically by doing one mistake and one short mistake. So that's pretty exciting for the spectators. It's not that fun for the players, obviously, because you don't want to lose everything on one turn. But yeah, that's how you handle pressure on Trackmania.
Yeah, you know, at some point, like, fun becomes like, oh, it's the thrill. You know, you're risking a lot more for the bigger payoff, right?
Yeah.
What do you call this kind of road surface here that's like a hill in the middle? I was trying to figure this out earlier.
Actually, we do have a name, but I don't like to use it. I just let people call it as they want. I'm calling it a different way in French, obviously.
Oh, sure, of course, yeah.
Basically, everyone can name the road as they want, and there's many ways to say it, like select the road we are seeing right now.
The language of racing. It takes many forms.
Yeah.
All right, so we're watching the competition play out here. Once people, you know, Trackmania is out now, free to download and play. What would you recommend in terms of like, okay, I just want to get into the competition against other folks. I want to challenge myself right out of the gate. What's the best way to get that started?
To be quite honest, the best thing will be to play the Daily Cup, because you'll be facing players from all around the world on a track that is known only each day. So the track of the day map. So you'll be able to see how good you are against other people, and you can do that every day, so you can maybe see your progression on the whole week, and maybe at the end of the week you'll be able to beat people that you wouldn't even think about on the early state of the week.
I like that. I like that kind of like, because you know, a lot about kind of competition is that progression and, you know, the sense of moving up in the rankings, but also of, oh, like this person is always the one who I see a few places ahead of me. Like you're chasing them, you want to track them down. Now this is our last race. Is that right?
Yeah, last round, and Shorty is second, so I have quite some pressure, to be quite honest.
The pressure is on. They're coming around these like not quite slalom, but he's in there. Oh,
yeah.
Yep, coming up around this big, it's like S turn.
He's still first. I believe in him.
He can feel the positive vibes coming from you.
You can see the slow motion vlog there. Just quite fun also to watch. And he's finishing first. Great.
There he goes.
I got it.
It looks like Omar backed the right racer. Shorty coming in with a victory. And Omar, thank you so much for talking about competitive Trackmania. Anything else you want to mention before we wrap it up?
Well, obviously, thank you for having me, and thanks to the players for playing this competition. Thanks to all the closed alpha players we had, because they help us truly to make this game better, and we're pretty happy with the Trackmania we have right now. So yeah, just play Trackmania, it's free, and have fun on it. I'm pretty sure you'll have, and yeah, that's it.
All right, Omar, thank you so much. Trackmania, folks, it's out now on Epic Games Store and Uplay. Go ahead and download it. Get in there and get racing. Now, our time with Trackmania is coming to a close, and it's on to the Recon Breakpoint, the Crew 2, Trials Rising, new stuff coming from all these games. You're not going to want to miss it. And then when the countdown timer hits 0, it's Ubisoft Forward, the big showcase of the latest and greatest upcoming games from Ubisoft, followed by an in-depth look at Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We got a lot more in store for you, so let's go ahead and throw it over to Kat.
Thank you, Chris, and hello, everyone, and welcome to the Ubisoft Forward pre-show. The main event will be starting in just 30 minutes and will feature news from our unreleased games, including Watch Dogs Legion, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Hyperscape, and more.
Now to warm up, we have 30 minutes of a disc from the games you're already playing, like Ghost Recon Breakpoint, Trials Rising, and The Crew 2, as well as some exclusive behind the scenes so you can get to know us a little better. So let's kickstart this pre-show with an update from Just Dance 2020. If you're a Just Dance fan and want to win some cool swag, head over to the Just Dance website for all the details. For our next segment, we have something a little different than what we usually do. A few years ago, Ubisoft created the Ubisoft Entrepreneurs Lab and the Open Innovation Accelerator. This allowed us to create partnerships and synergies with indie studios from across the industry.
And since so many industry events were canceled this year, we wanted to showcase several indie projects and teams that Ubisoft has been collaborating with over the past few years.
Our first indie showcase is developer Machine and Mensch, who is working on the Curious Expedition 2. Let's hear more from the team behind the game.
Hi, my name is Masha and I'm a game designer at Machine Mensch. Machine Mensch is Masha and I'm a game designer at Machine Mensch. Machine Mensch is a small and diverse indie game studio with 8 wonderful employees based here in Berlin. Our connection with Ubisoft came through a program dedicated to create ever-growing relationships with independent developers, to talk about and share expertise and knowledge. We work together in mutual respect, which we much appreciated.
Mas sai, não consegue entrar mais não. Eu já abri coisa do... Ai, paciência, meu Deus do céu. Deixa eu ver. Errado. Cadê? Eu vou fechar tudo. falando o que essa porra do cara aqui? Tá off, sei o que. Ah, mano, eu vou chorar aqui de raiva. Ah, mas saiu na minha conta, mano. Não sabia se a média ia sair, não. Vou botar português pra isso não. Deixa eu ver, vai só, né? E faz tempo que essa tela vai cair. Ah, esquece, desisto. E-mail. Esse e-mail não existe. Eu vou botar minha conta pra porra. achar essa merda mesmo, tá porra. Já tá com outro e-mail. Ai, fiquei outra conta, tem que ó. É. Porra, porque tá botando na conta, gente. Chegou aqui. Bicho, chegou agora. Vai e-mail. Pronto, foi. Só botar um e-mail, né? Aí tá certo, eu desisti de pegar esse jogo velho aqui. Ah, né? É essa merda que tá problema mesmo. Site aí, bicho. Ah, fazer mais live não. Google, sei o que. Só o que esse cara.
Blacks Demons __ N. Tô conseguindo logar na Ubisoft, sou o único.
E eu também. Torci também não. Ah, meu Deus, mano. Eu também não conseguindo não pra entrar não. Aí é foda. E também. Isso aqui é outra conta. Meu celular vai, meu celular, deixa eu ver.
We actually put Tommy the Teddy Bear into the game. So Tommy the Teddy Bear is a trauma teddy mentioned in a lot of lore, but the bear itself actually was not in the game. With episode 3, we put a bunch of them into the world, actually opened up an Easter egg hunt for him specifically.
It's a nice little exciting moment when you kind of open Reddit and you see someone's found the thing that you kind of just snuck in under the radar and no one really knows about it, and it some of the players are really clever. There's some hard Easter eggs that some of the level designers and gameplay designers have put in, and people have managed to solve it with no help whatsoever. Gamers are smart.
So now that you know, be on the lookout for both ducks and teddy bears next time you boot up the Division 2. We now have our final indie guest, Thunder Lotus Games, who were the 2017 winner of the indie series that took place in Montreal. So let's find out more about the beautiful coziness of Spiritfarer in this next video.
Hey everybody, I'm Rodrigue, marketeer at Thunder Lotus. We're an indie studio based out of Montreal, Canada, and makers of the games Jotun, Sundered, and our new game Spiritfarer, which is due out later this year. For the past 6 years, we've tried to make AAA quality games with a hand-drawn indie heart. Hitting a quality standard consistently in game dev is a huge challenge. There's so much trial and error on the path, and during the Sundered production, we were lucky enough to have the Ubisoft Entrepreneurs Program in our corner to help us reach our goals. As co-winners of the Ubisoft Indie Series in 2017, we received not only generous funding, but also crucial mentorship and access to the Ubisoft testing facilities. So we're grateful to Ubisoft for their support and helping us make what would become our biggest success to date. We've taken that experience with us onto what is our most ambitious production yet, and that's Spiritfarer, which we're calling a cozy management game about dying. In Spiritfarer, you play Stella, the newly appointed ferry master to the deceased. And as Stella, you're going to build a boat, you're going to explore the world in search of spirit passengers seeking passage to the afterlife. You're going to spend relaxing quality time with them, you're going to create lasting memories, but ultimately, you're going to have to learn how to say goodbye to your cherished friends. It's a game that's near and dear to our hearts, and it's something really special. We can't wait to share it with the world later this year. So look for it soon on PC, on Xbox One, PS4, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox Game Pass. Thanks a lot, and cheers.
It is time for an update on our favorite motorcycle platformer with the insanity, pain, and triumph we all know and we all love. Trials Rising came out last year, but I think the team from our Red Link studio in Helsinki has a little surprise coming to the game for the fans of the franchise. So let's take a look.
Swear you'll be the death of me!
Hi, we're here today to introduce you to an exciting new endurance challenge coming to Trials Rising. But to make sure that we respect social distancing guidelines, Auntie and I decided to...
Do I fire the goose now?
What? Fire the goose?
Fire!
Okay.
Okay!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Gigatrack. Far from a remake of the classic track from Trials Evolution, this is an all-new journey across the world of Trials Rising, in by far the longest track that we've ever put in a trial.
Did you tell him it's the longest track ever?
Yeah, I'm telling them that! By far the longest track we've ever put in a Trials game. The Gigatrack will take you across many different environments, from the iconic...
Environment! Tell them about environment! Please!
Yeah, I was just... Maybe you want to tell them.
The Gigatrack is like life. It starts and it ends and it's long. Depends how you enjoy it. And also one secret thing. 4 tells transfer to 1.
Prepare for the ultimate test of Trials endurance. Gigatrack releases this Thursday, July 16th for the low price of...
If you tell them it's free!
You heard that right, riders. Gigatrack will be available for free to all Trials Rising players when it releases this Thursday.
You heard that right, the Gigatrack is coming to the game and it will be the longest, most insane track in Trials history, and it will be free for all Trials Rising players. Now for our last game update, the Ghost Recon Breakpoint team is ready to share some details on their upcoming updates. AI teammates are coming to the game. Let's have a look at the trailer.
The time has come. AI teammates are back in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. And for all solo players, they're gonna be a game changer. Available at any point after you have reached Erewhon for the first time, Fury, Fix-It, and Vasily can be activated or dismissed at will. And from the beginning, you will be able to fully customize them. This customization includes all of the physical attributes, as well as gear, equipment, or even full costumes. Your teammates can be tweaked just as much as your main character. Just like Nomad, your teammates will adapt and react to the world of Aroa and its environments, and they will always follow your own behavior. If you decide to go stealth, they will equip silencers and crouch, or go prone when possible. But if you decide to go loud and open fire, they will stick by your side. When deployed, you can issue different orders to your teammates through the order wheel. There are 4 different orders you can give to your teammates. You can tell them to regroup on your location, to hold their current position, to go to a specific location, and to open fire on nearby enemies. These orders can be given at any time, even through your binoculars and drone. Once they approach potential threats, the teammates will notify you and mark them automatically.
Got a hostile.
With a good look at your enemies, you will be able to set up a sync shot where each of your teammates picks a target. You can even link it to your 3 sync shot drones for a simultaneous 7-target takedown. The teammates have weapons equipped at all times, a versatile assault rifle to accommodate all situations, and a primary weapon that you will be able to fine-tune. Indeed, apart from mark upgrades and passive bonuses, the full gunsmith is accessible to your teammates, and their weapon of choice will have a direct effect on the battleground. Depending on the type of weapon they have equipped, the teammates will adapt their engagement